And yeah, welcome here to the session of Yoga Nidra. What you can do next here is simply just lay down on your back, and we're going to begin the practice. So you'd like to lay down probably on your back with some pillows behind the knees, behind the head maybe, and I would take a blanket. I would take that blanket up close to my face. Or just up to the neck, and just get nice and cozy and comfy feeling on your back. We really want Yoga Nidra to feel like our body's in a super supportive place, and that's where I'd like you to try to find yourself right now. I really appreciate you tuning in for the session today. For now, though, see if you can just really deeply connect into a restful state in your body and in your mind. And let's connect with the feeling of silence and stillness for just a second here. Let's take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Now let's just do that 2 more times without any words, just feeling the breath. Notice how much more you've settled in just a few seconds of breathing. Now in Yoga Nidra, we get to a state of deep relaxation, and often when relaxation is deep, sleep comes. But in this practice, we're actually trying to rest our body just at the point between sleeping and wakefulness, while keeping ourselves in that state there, that liminal state. It's that place where we get to just before we fall to sleep. So right now, let's set an intention together to stay right in that place during the practice. You might even say to yourself, I will remain aware during the Yoga Nidra practice tonight. I will remain aware. Try not to intellectualize or analyze the instructions too much. We just want you to follow the voice, follow the instructions, and if thoughts come, that's totally normal. Don't worry about that. Just continue on with the practice. And as we get into this restful state of Yoga Nidra, we're going to fall into a stillness in our body. It is of your greatest benefit to try to lie still, comfortably and supported on your back as you give into the stillness. Feel stillness move over the whole body like a warm and comforting blanket. With every inhale and exhale, moving deeper and deeper into this place of stillness. And lovingly placing any rising thoughts into an imaginary box that's just a few feet away from you. And gently closing the lid to that box, knowing that you can get back to those thoughts later if you so desire. Now feel your whole body melt into the earth beneath you. There's no separation between your body and the earth. Let your eyeballs sink heavily into the sockets. Your jaw is relaxed. You're letting go completely. Witnessing the natural rhythm of your breathing. And with every exhale, sinking deeper and deeper into the stillness of the earth. Now try to become aware of the sounds that are outside of this room, allowing your mind to move from sound to sound. As you let your breath escape into the center of the sound, begin to perceive it as a mere manifestation of energy. Moving from sound to sound. Now switch your focus to the sounds that you can hear inside of the room. Maybe some of the sounds of your own breathing, moving from sound to sound. Notice the inside of the mouth and relax your tongue. Relax your teeth and your jaw. And begin to breathe softly in and out through the nostrils. Notice your nostrils, the upper lip, lower lip, chin. Notice your jaw, the ears, the insides of the ears. Notice your temples, eyebrows, the space between the eyebrows, your eyes, your cheeks. Notice your whole head together. Notice your whole head together. Notice your neck and your shoulders, your upper arms, elbows, wrists, palms, back of the hands, thumbs, pointer fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, pinky fingers. Back up to your wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, armpits, the sides of your waist, your hips, thighs, knees, back of the knees, lower legs, ankles, heels, soles of the feet, big toes, second toes, middle toes, fourth toes, and little toes. Your whole body completely relaxed and becoming still on your back. Now, start counting your breaths backwards from 27 to 1. Like this. 27, navel rising. 27, navel falling. 26, navel rising. 26, navel falling. Say those words mentally to yourself as you count your breath silently. If you make a mistake, just simply go back to 27 and start again. Don't worry about the number you try to get to or reach. Just be present with the counting, the numbers, and the breathing. Now let go of the counting and bring your attention up to the chest and the rib cage area. Notice how your chest is rising and falling slightly with each breath that you take. With each and every breath, become more aware of the rib cage and chest moving. Continue this breath awareness and the awareness of the chest and rib cage, and begin counting down again with each breath 27 towards 1. Focused on the counting and the rhythm of the counting in the breath of the rib cage and the chest. Now again, let go of the counting and bring your awareness now to the throat. Become aware of the breath as it's moving in and out of the throat area. Again, concentrating on the breath and the counting begins again from 27 towards 1. You can count it like this: 27. In your mind, saying the first part of the number on the inhale and finishing that number on the exhale, and saying that number in the mind. Now again, let go of the counting in the throat area. And lastly, bring the attention up to the nose, the nostrils, where the breathing begins. Feel the flow of the breath in the nostrils. And as you feel that flow of breathing, start counting down from 27 towards 1. keeping aware and alert, aware of the breath, the counting, and the fact that you are breathing and counting. And again, let the counting subside. And let the breath continue all on its own, without worrying about the counting. I want you to let your mind wander into the visual part, the visual realm, the imagination. Like the part of the mind that would picture the story you were read to when you were just a little kid. You are walking down a forest path. You can hear the leaves crunching beneath your feet. You can feel the sticks and stones under each footstep that you take. The forest air smells of damp earth combined with old, fallen leaves. This earthy smell has an instinctively calming effect to you. Then there are the trees, surrounded by thousands of trees. Some so large you can't even see the tops or come close to wrapping your arms around them. Some are just small saplings that could be easily crushed by a misplaced footstep. The trees together are surrounding you with a protective and supportive presence. Every tree has its own unique smell. Some have a sweet smell, while others smell almost sour or bitter, but they're all good. You walk past a large pine tree, and its unique aroma fills your nostrils. You're walking down a forest path. You can hear the leaves crunching beneath your feet. You can hear the sticks and stones under each footstep that you take. And you smell it before you even see it, the body of water in the distance. The smell of water fills the nose, and the lake appears at the side of the forest path and has a wonderfully damp smell that can't be duplicated. The water is completely still and smooth as a mirror. You can see the mirrored image of the trees across the lake and the blue sky up above them. As you approach the shoreline of the lake, you feel the urge to enter the water. You pause by the water's edge to remove your clothing, completely alone, and then slip seamlessly into the lake. The water is special. Its smooth, mirrored surface remains undisturbed as you take your first few footsteps into it. The water is the exact temperature of your body, You can barely feel it against your skin. You are now up to your knees in the water, its unique smell filling your nose. By the time you are up to your hips, you start to feel the water become more and more buoyant, and you give in to its support and begin to float fully out on your back, looking up at the blue sky, weightless and free over this especially buoyant water, completely supported, effortlessly floating into the mirror like lake. Above you is the clear blue sky, and surrounding you is its mirror image, the clear blue sky on the surface of the lake. You notice the blue slowly darkening as the sun begins to set behind the forest. Colors of deep navy blue begin to fill your eyes. Darkening more yet, you notice faint glints of the stars coming through the deep, dark, bluish black. Darkening more, the blue begins to fade into a twilight black. Stars sparkle brighter into view as you begin to feel lighter and lighter in your physical body. The stars are reflected in the mirrored surface of the lake all around your body. Surrounded by stars, you begin to slowly rise up out of the water, floating freely in the night warm air. Rising slowly up above the lake, surrounded by the twilight of the stars. And as you rise up into the atmosphere of the planet, you become completely surrounded by the night stars. Drifting out further and further, you pass other planets. Leaving our small solar system, you drift further out into space. Completely supported and weightless. You drift for some time through empty space. The stars completely surrounding your body, supporting you. You see a small planet in the distance. It looks warm and inviting. You float closer and closer towards it, and eventually begin to float down onto its surface. Feeling its gravity pulling down on your body, you feel the ground is firm yet soft beneath you. The planet is so small that you could walk fully around it in a short time. It is here, on your own personal space in the universe, that you will plant your Sankalpa, letting it take hold like a new, beautiful growth on this planet. Growth to benefit you from deep within. Repeat your Sankalpa now 3 times with full sincerity, confidence, and trust. Repeat your intention now 3 times. Knowing that you can return to this space at any time that you need to, you begin to float back up off of the planet's surface, taking one last view back at it. You float back through the empty space, drifting weightless and free, surrounded by the twinkling of distant stars. In the distance, you see our small solar system come into view. You drift past the outer planets and begin to notice our pale blue dot in the distance, our true home of planet Earth. You float effortlessly back towards it, back through Earth's atmosphere, back into the night sky, twilight black. Again, you see the mirrored surface of the lake beneath you and seamlessly float back into it, without disturbing the water's special surface. You barely feel the water as it touches against your body, floating back, buoyant, supported. Floating back towards the shore of the lake. At the water's edge, you come out dry. You acquire your clothing and return again to walking back down the forest path that brought you here. You are again walking down a forest path. You can hear the leaves crunching beneath your feet, and you can feel the sticks and stones underneath each footstep that you take. The forest air smells of damp earth combined with old fallen leaves. This earthy smell has an instinctive calming effect on you. And then there are the trees, thousands of them, surrounding and supporting you with their presence. You are walking down a forest path. You can hear the leaves crunching beneath your feet, and you can feel the sticks and stones under each footstep that you take. Notice the back of your head, the ears, the temples, the eyes and eyebrows, the nose, the mouth, tongue, jaw, shoulders, arms and chest, stomach and back, your spine down the middle, connecting to the hips, down to the bum and the thighs, the knees, backs of the knees, the shins and calf muscles, the tops of the feet, the heels, and the soles of your feet. Feel your whole body resting, relaxing, supported on your back. Your whole body completely relaxed. Now use your best memory to recall the space that you are in right now. The colors of the walls, the ceiling, the floors, where the nearest door is. Just imagining the space around you. Bringing yourself right back, right here, into this space. You might wiggle the fingertips just one at a time, maybe just fingertip by fingertip, bringing movement into the hands. And then I invite you to bring movement into the feet next. So wiggling the toes a little bit is the next movement, just to wiggle toes, and maybe the whole foot will start to move a little bit more as well. And then take the wrists and the ankles and roll them around a few times, and then maybe take a big stretch, reach the arms up above your head, take a yawn, take a little side bend, a little twist. Then turn over to your side, rest your head on top of your bicep, and just rest in like a little fetal position on your back, or on your side rather. You might softly remind yourself of your Sankalpa as you lay here in this fetal position on your side, just so that you can integrate it into this present space, present mind, really focused right here. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Namaste.